Not every car is designed to be driven. Some are designed to be remembered. This is the 2026 BMW X8, the SUV that doesn't just enter a room, it changes the atmosphere. Larger, bolder, and more sculpted than anything BMW has built before, the X8 isn't here to play it safe. It's here to challenge what we thought a luxury SUV could be. With its illuminated face piercing the night and a silhouette that looks more like modern architecture than metal, the X8 feels less like a vehicle and more like a statement. But here's the real question. Is this BMW's greatest masterpiece or their most daring gamble yet? Stay with us, because by the end of this film, you'll know whether the all-new X8 is simply striking or truly unforgettable. BMW X8. BMW has always been more than a car. For over a century, it has been a storyteller writing chapters of innovation, performance, and prestige that resonate with drivers around the world. From the classic roadsters of the past, to the high-performance M cars, to the luxurious 7 Series sedans, every era has had its crown jewel. And now, standing taller and prouder than any before it, the new jewel is here, the 2026 BMW X8, positioned above the X7. It isn't just another flagship SUV. This is BMW's statement to the world. The pursuit of luxury has no ceiling. With the X8, BMW is tapping into a very specific emotion, the desire to be noticed. This isn't a vehicle for quiet commutes or blending into city streets. It's a sculpture on wheels, created for those who see their car not just as transportation, but as an extension of identity. From its coupe-like silhouette to its futuristic detailing, every line of the X8 tells a story of ambition. This isn't about following trends, it's about creating them. Exterior design approached the X8 from the front, and you understand immediately why BMW calls this their boldest SUV yet. The first thing you notice is the grille, a design feature that has sparked endless debate across the automotive world. But here, in the X8, it feels resolved. Larger, yes, but not just for shock value. It's sculpted, lit with an illuminated contour that makes the car appear alive, even when standing still. At night, it doesn't just arrive, it announces itself. Flanking that grille are BMW's latest split headlight units, razor-sharp, almost jewel-like, with laser and LED technology working in harmony. They cut through the darkness like precision instruments, their daytime running lights forming a futuristic signature that ensures the X8 is instantly recognizable. From a mile away, step to the side, and the proportions tell a different story. Where the X7 was upright and stately, the X8 takes a daring leap toward elegance. The roofline sweeps back in a coupe-like arc, slimming the silhouette without sacrificing its commanding stance. It's muscular, but graceful, like a tailored suit stretched over an athlete's frame. Bold wheel arches house massive alloy options, some reaching up to 23 inches, finished in diamond-cut patterns that feel as much like jewelry as engineering. And at the rear, perhaps the most dramatic angle of all, slim old taillights stretch like fine brushstrokes across the sculpted tailgate, their three-dimensional glow evoking a sense of modern art. The rear diffuser is muscular but not brash, integrated seamlessly with chrome accents and quad exhaust, tips that whisper performance without shouting. Every angle of the X8 feels deliberate, as if its designers were sculptors chiseling away at a block of marble. This isn't just design, it's theater on the road. Interior, step inside the 2026 BMW X8, and suddenly, the noise of the outside world seems to fade away. This isn't merely an SUV interior, it's a sanctuary. A lounge crafted for those who see travel not as a necessity, but as an indulgence. The first sensation is texture. Butter-soft merino leather wraps the sculpted seats, offered in a palette of bespoke tones from deep sapphire blue to warm caramel to classic ivory. Each surface feels intentional. Trim choices range from open-pore wood to carbon fiber to crystal-finished inlays that catch the light like fine jewelry. Even the air vents are concealed within seamless panels, keeping the cabin's lines pure and uncluttered. Then comes light. BMW's ambient illumination has evolved into an art form here. Imagine soft crystal accents glowing subtly along the doors and dashboard, customizable through millions of color options. At night, it feels as though you're cocooned in a private club lounge, suspended between comfort and spectacle. Front and center sits BMW's panoramic curved display to massive high-definition screens joined in a sweeping glass arc. Behind it lies the latest generation of BMW's iDrive system, with sharper graphics, intuitive gesture control, and a voice assistant that responds to natural conversation. Say the word, and the cabin adjusts from seat position to climate. Even the scent diffused through the air system. And then there's the rear. In the X8, passengers aren't treated as guests, they're indulged like royalty. Available executive lounge seating reclines with heated footrests, while in entertainment, if system brings cinematic immersion to the back row. Imagine watching your favorite film as the car glides silently along, surrounded by the glow of ambient lighting and the whisper of a Bowers & Wilkins diamond surround sound system. It's not just technology, it's theater. A seamless integration of digital brilliance and human touch. Performance and comfort beneath the sculpted skin of the X8 lies. Something extraordinary, a fusion of raw power and refined comfort. BMW has equipped its flagship SUV with an array of electrified powertrains at the entry. You'll find advanced plug-in hybrids offering quiet efficiency for city living. But for those who crave adrenaline, there's a rumored M Performance variant, delivering well beyond 600 horsepower, the kind of figure that turns a 5-seat lounge into a rocket on wheels. Put your foot down and the X8 doesn't just move, it surges forward, propelled with an effortless wave of torque. 0 to 60 feels almost surreal for a machine of this size, reminding you that BMW hasn't forgotten its ultimate driving DNA. But performance here is more than straight-line speed. Adaptive air suspension continuously reads the road beneath you, softening for comfort, tightening for control. In comfort mode, it glides, ironing out imperfections, turning cobblestone streets into silk. Switch to sport, and the chassis sharpens, the steering weights up, and suddenly this 5,000-pound sculpture feels like it's shrinking around you, carving corners with agility that defies physics. Then there's silence. In hybrid or fully electric mode, the X8 whispers down boulevards with an almost eerie calm. Windows double-sealed, body insulated, sound system tuned not just for music, but for serenity. It's luxury not just heard, but felt. This duality is the X8's true genius. One moment, it's a limousine, coddling its passengers in cloud-like comfort. The next, it's a sports car, ready to thrill. Few vehicles can master both, yet the X8 does it with a single press of a button. Expert industrians, a vehicle as daring as the X8 makes its debut, the world of automotive design takes notice, even before its official reveal. Whispers among industry insiders described it as BMW's most controversial project since the i8. A concept so bold, it walked a fine line between masterpiece and risk. BMW's head of design has called the X8 a sculpture in motion, an SUV that doesn't simply follow the traditional boxy form, but bends it into something more emotional, more artistic. Journalists who attended the first private previews spoke of its presence, using words like commanding, avant-garde, and even otherworldly. Engineers, meanwhile, highlight a different story. To them, the X8 is about balance. They speak of the hours spent fine-tuning adaptive suspension, of calibrating hybrid drivetrains to deliver both silence and thunder. One senior BMW engineer described it this way: "It's not enough for a car like the X8 to be powerful. It must be seamless, like an orchestra, every element working in harmony." And so, what you see here isn't just the work of a brand, but of hundreds of minds. Designers sketching bold lines on paper, engineers sweating details in wind tunnels, and executives daring to push the boundary of what a BMW SUV can be. The result is a vehicle that stands at the very edge of innovation and art. When a vehicle as daring as the X8 makes its debut, the world of automotive design takes notice, even before its official reveal. Whispers among industry insiders described it as BMW's most controversial project since the i8. A concept so bold, it walked a fine line between masterpiece and risk. BMW's head of design has called the X8 a sculpture in motion, an SUV that doesn't simply follow the traditional boxy form, but bends it into something more emotional, more artistic. Journalists who attended the first private previews spoke of its presence, using words like commanding, avant-garde, and even otherworldly. Engineers, meanwhile, highlight a different story. To them, the X8 is about balance. They speak of the hours spent fine-tuning adaptive suspension, of calibrating hybrid drivetrains to deliver both silence and thunder. One senior BMW engineer described it this way: "It's not enough for a car like the X8 to be powerful. It must be seamless, like an orchestra, every element working in harmony." And so, what you see here isn't just the work of a brand, but of hundreds of minds. Designers sketching bold lines on paper, engineers sweating details in wind tunnels, and executives daring to push the boundary of what a BMW SUV can be. The result is a vehicle that stands at the very edge of innovation and art. The 2026 BMW X8 is more than a new model. It's a manifesto, a bold vision of what a flagship SUV can be when luxury, performance, and artistry are allowed to collide without compromise. It wears its design like armor, unapologetic, confident, and impossible to ignore. Inside, it transforms travel into theater, surrounding its passengers with comfort, light, and technology that adapts intuitively to their lives. Beneath the surface, it blends electrified efficiency with the raw spirit of BMW performance, creating an experience that can shift from serenity to exhilaration in an instant. But perhaps the greatest achievement of the X8 is what it represents. Not just a car, but a symbol of ambition. A statement piece for those who demand more than luxury. They demand presence. So the question is this: has BMW created the next great icon in the world of premium SUVs, or have they ventured too far into uncharted territory? Would you welcome this daring vision into your dream garage?